delicate, elegant, impossible to forget. But to understand the macaron, we must look past the colorful windows of Paris. Their story is one of migration, royalty, and revolution, a journey that spans over 1,000 years and thousands of miles. Welcome to Travel Through Dessert. Today, we uncover the story and the exacting art of the French macaron. Our journey begins not in France, but in the sun-drenched groves of Sicily during the Middle Ages. Arab traders brought the cultivation of almonds to the Mediterranean, along with the knowledge of nut-based pastes. By the 8th century, Italian monasteries had adopted these ingredients, crafting simple, nutritious almond cookies. The monks called them priests' belly buttons due to their humble, rounded shape. They were simple, yet revolutionary. The name comes from the Italian macaroni, a term describing the fine, doughy paste that served as their foundation. As the Renaissance dawned, these almond treats moved from the monastery to the tables of the Italian nobility. Venice, the gateway to the East, became a hub for the expensive sugar and almonds needed for these delicacies. In 1533, the course of culinary history changed when 14-year-old Catherine de' Medici left Italy for France. She did not travel alone. She brought with her the refined techniques of Italian pastry making and her personal chefs. These chefs introduced the French court to the macaron, which at the time was still a single, unadorned cookie. At the court of Henry II, these delicate treats became a symbol of status and refined taste. It was a treat reserved for the highest echelons of society, prized for its delicate texture and exotic ingredients. Legend says the macaron was first created in France at the Abbey of Cormery in 791, though records remain scarce. Over the next few centuries, different regions across France developed their own unique versions of the almond cookie. But it was during the chaos of the French Revolution that the macaron's survival was truly tested. Two nuns, Sisters Marguerite and Marie Elizabeth, sought asylum in Nancy during the Revolution. To pay for their housing, they began baking and selling their famous macarons to the people of the city. They became known as the Macaron Sisters, and their simple recipe became a beloved local legend that persists today. By the 1830s, the macaron was no longer just for royalty or refugees, it was becoming a staple of Parisian life. In these tea rooms, chefs began to experiment, adding spices, liqueurs, and jams to the simple almond shells. Then came the gerbet, a revolutionary idea to sandwich two shells together with a creamy filling. This transformed the macaron from a single cookie into the decadent, colorful sandwich we recognize today. In the early 20th century, Pierre de Fontaine of the famous House of La Durée took this concept to its peak. He introduced a vast array of colors and flavors, turning the macaron into a high-fashion accessory for the palate. While the Parisian style set the standard, the modern macaron knows no bounds. We have entered a new era of flavor. From the earthy complexity of Japanese matcha to the bright, acidic zest of Sicilian yuzu, chefs now experiment with bold, savory sweet pairings like salted caramel, balsamic vinegar, and even black truffle. Today, the French macaron is a global icon, representing the pinnacle of pastry perfection and French culture. It is a journey that took over 1,000 years to perfect, and now that journey continues in your kitchen. But before we bake, we must understand the science. Professional chefs often age their egg whites for 24 hours. This allows moisture to evaporate, concentrating the proteins and creating a more stable, elastic meringue. The almond flour must be of the highest quality, super fine and dry. Any excess oil can cause the shells to collapse. Look for flour that feels like soft sand. This consistency is what produces that legendary smooth eggshell finish. Creating the perfect macaron is an act of precision. Every gram matters. Let's begin the masterclass. You will need a digital scale, stainless steel bowls, a fine mesh sifter, and a high-quality silicone spatula. Precision starts with your tools. Ensure your mats are clean and your piping bag is ready with a round tip. For the dry mix, you'll need 100 grams of superfine almond flour. Quality and fineness are key to a smooth shell. Add 100 grams of powdered sugar. Together, these will form the structural foundation of your macaron. For the meringue, we need 80 grams of egg whites, ideally at room temperature for maximum volume. And finally, 100 grams of granulated sugar and a 3/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar to stabilize. Step 1. Sifting. Do not skip this. Sifting removes any large almond pieces that would ruin the smooth top. Sift both ingredients together twice if necessary. We want a mixture that is light, airy, and completely uniform. Once sifted, whisk them together to ensure the sugar and almond flour are perfectly distributed. Set this aside. Step 2. The meringue. In a perfectly clean bowl, begin whisking your egg whites on a medium-low speed. Add the cream of tartar. This acidity helps the proteins in the egg whites bond, creating a stronger structure. As the whites turn white and foamy like a cloud, begin adding the granulated sugar 1 tablespoon at a time. Slowly increase the speed to medium. We are building the air bubbles that will give our macarons their lift. Continue whipping until you reach stiff peaks. The meringue should be glossy and hold its shape perfectly. You should be able to turn the bowl upside down without the meringue moving. This is the foundation of success. Step 3. Macaronage. Add your dry mixture into the meringue in 3 stages. Do not rush this process. Use a J-fold, cut through the middle and fold around the edge. We are gently deflating the air just enough. The goal is to reach a stage where the batter flows like slow, thick lava. It should be glossy and cohesive. Lift your spatula. The batter should fall in a continuous ribbon that slowly disappears back into the bowl. The ribbon should take about 10 to 15 seconds to completely disappear. This is the critical moment. Undermix and your shells will crack. Overmix and they will be flat and hollow. Precision is paramount. Step 4. Piping. Transfer your batter to a piping bag. Ensure there are no large air pockets inside. Hold the bag at a 45-degree angle. Pipe small, consistent circles, leaving space for them to settle. Once piped, tap the tray firmly on the counter. This releases any trapped air bubbles that could cause cracks. If any tiny bubbles remain on the surface, use a toothpick to gently pop them. We want a flawless top. Step 5. Resting. This is the hardest part. You must wait for 30 to 45 minutes. The surface must feel dry to the touch. The skin is what forces the air down, creating the iconic feet. Step 6. Baking. Preheat your oven to 290 degrees Fahrenheit or 143 Celsius. Bake for 14 to 16 minutes. The shells are ready when they no longer wobble when touched. Even the masters face challenges. Hollow shells are often the result of over-whipped meringue, trapping too much air. If your macarons fail to develop feet, it usually means the skin didn't dry enough during the resting phase. Moisture is the enemy. Cracked tops usually mean there was too much moisture in the oven, or you missed an air bubble during the tapping stage. But with patience and practice, the elusive perfect shell becomes second nature. Every failure is a lesson in precision. Remove them from the oven and let them cool completely on the tray before attempting to remove them. Patience pays off. Now for the final assembly. Pair your shells by size to ensure each sandwich is a perfect match. Match the pairs carefully. Pipe your chosen filling, ganache, buttercream, or jam into the center of the bottom shell. Be generous but precise. Place the top shell on and give it a gentle twist. Perfection is achieved in the details of the assembly. The French Macaron is more than just a dessert. It is a testament to the beauty of patience and tradition, a culinary masterpiece. Thank you for traveling through dessert with us. May your kitchen be filled with the scent of almonds. Bon appétit!